Why do I love Fort Bragg? It's not the reason you think. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph French, and on today, episode 30. Wow, episode 30. I'm going to be telling you why I love Fort Bragg. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Fort Bragg, just so you know. Fort Bragg is one of the biggest installations in the United States of America across all branches when it comes to having the most soldiers per acres. Now, it's also located in the southern portion of North Carolina, about an hour south of Raleigh. Now, if you're in the Army, you're going to hear everyone say, oh, you're going to the center of the universe? That's Fort Bragg. Oh, you're going to the home of the airborne? That's Fort Bragg. You're going to the home of special operations? That's Fort Bragg. Other things you're going to hear is Fort Bragg is the worst. I couldn't stand it. I hate Fayetteville. I hate Fort Bragg. I hate it. And that's exactly what happened to me. Now, when I first got orders of Fort Bragg, I got it 2 days before my AIT completion, which is not normal. And then I was like, man, I heard all those things bad about Fort Bragg. It's not good. It's not this. But then I got down. And the first day that I got down there, and once I got through reception company and I got to my actual company, the first thing that you're going to sign is a letter of declination, because the majority of units on Fort Bragg are airborne. And where I was going, the 3rd Psychological Operations Battalion, you had to sign a letter of declination right off the jump to say whether you want to go airborne or you don't. Because if you don't, then HRC, Human Resources Command, is going to move you within 6 months. So of course I signed that declination that said I will go airborne, but at the time I never really thought of going airborne. So my first couple weeks go by in the unit, and I noticed that at Bragg, if you ain't airborne, you ain't. And one of my first memories of Fort Bragg is being told by my NCO, hey, we're all the non-airborne personnel. Everybody gets rallied up. Then I get told, hey, you guys got to be out at Luzon drop zone, 1 hour away, at 03 in the morning, which means I got to wake up at about 1:30 to get ready, to drive 1 hour away, to be there, to be a part of shoot detail for an airborne jump. Wait. Hit that subscribe button. You're already watching it for this long. Just hit, it's in the corner, just real quick. 3, 2, 1, let's roll. So to me, Private First Class French at the time, I wasn't about to be in that group. I wasn't about to be held down in that group and just be taken advantage of because I wasn't airborne. Got my airborne physical, went to airborne a week and a half later. October, I was in airborne school, graduated airborne school, and came back. And just the perception of you walking around with wings completely changed. How I was treated in the unit completely changed. And I thought about that for a long time. I was like, what was the reason? And the reason was the buy-in. Because Bragg is airborne, did you buy in? Did you buy into the culture? Did you buy into what they were doing to be successful? What made those units at Fort Bragg successful? When they saw me as non-airborne personnel, they saw somebody, a soldier, that didn't buy into their culture. So one of the main reasons that I love Fort Bragg is that it has a culture of success. No matter where you go on Fort Bragg, whether it's 05 in the morning, 2000 at night, there are soldiers operating at very high rates of speed. There are soldiers doing 12-mile rucks. There are soldiers doing 5-mile runs on Ardennes. There are soldiers jumping out of airplanes at 03 in the morning, at midnight the night prior. That place is living, alive, and continuously pushing for success and training to be ready when that phone number is called. Because that culture is built around, if you don't buy in, you ain't gonna make it here. And that's one of the most powerful things about Fort Bragg is the competitive nature that it builds. It builds a culture that if you don't get into this river, then we're gonna leave you behind. And they don't bend for nobody. And that's one of the best things about that culture is you can see very, very quickly in your unit who buys in and who wants to be a part of that. Who can take on the challenge? Because when I was a private first class, I didn't know what I got into. I wasn't ready to be in that culture. But then I had to grow and develop and get better to be part of that culture, to lead that culture. But not a lot of people want to put in that time and that work to show that you buy into that culture. And not a lot of bases that I have been on, and I've been on a decent amount of bases, have a culture. Now there's bases like Fort Campbell that have it for the home of the air assault, but there's far too many bases that don't have a culture at all. Another reason why I love Fort Bragg is the tradition is everywhere on that base. And you can feel that tradition just driving down Gruber, just driving down Ardennes. You can feel it everywhere on that base. You can see memorial runs. You can see memorial weapons competitions. You could see best warrior competition. You could see success there. You could feel it the minute you get on that base. You could see those traditions, and those traditions are something that they hold very proud there. When it's 80 Seconds Airborne Week, they got that colored patch on. And you could see that, and it's an instant identifier. You have these identifiers as you walk through this base that makes that base have so much tradition. And it's extremely powerful. And that's something that I don't see commonly through other bases. It's not common. You're almost frowned upon when you're on certain bases and you're doing a 6, 7, 8 mile ruck. People are staring at you. What are you doing? Why are you? Because I'm a soldier. And it's not common for people to practice that level of excellence that Fort Bragg demands out of you. So one of the number one reasons why I love Fort Bragg is that the minute I left it, I missed it. And it's because of this one reason. The quality of soldier that Fort Bragg develops is so far and above any other base that I've been to so far in the United States military. You go to another base, you see a different quality of soldier. You see a different quality of buy-in. You see a different level of standards compared to the one at Fort Bragg. The minute you take that maroon beret off, the perception of you changes. Because it's such a nostalgic tradition, limited amount of soldiers that can wear that beret. But the overall quality of soldier is just completely different. And it's because of that buy-in. That soldier has embraced some things that are so difficult that 90% of the other military have not faced that. And that specialist has already done it, when that staff sergeant hasn't. And it's totally different at a different base. That work ethic, those standards, that culture, that buy-in, that want to be great. Because so many people around you are pushing limits and pushing this and getting triple trees on their shoulders heavy, all the schools they're going to, their pockets are getting heavy, their beret. You just have to naturally compete, and you want that success because you don't want to get left behind. You want to get in the fight. And that's a culture that's not common across the United States military. Now again, I have not been to every United States Army installation. I have not been to some. So there are some cultures out there that I'm not aware of. I'm just telling you why I love Fort Bragg and why I believe it creates, develops, and mentors the total soldier concept and grooms some of the toughest built to last NCOs that we have in the United States military. That's an installation that has a culture that's built around success and doing things that have never been done in the United States military. That's a place that you're going to build a mindset that is absolutely untouchable. And that's a base that you will miss the minute you go somewhere else. And that's the drill. If you like the video, smash that like button for me. Comment below. Be sure to comment you back. But let's share this. Give me your experiences while you're at other bases. I want to hear about those cultures. I want to hear about your stories from other bases that I may not have been. Hit that subscribe button for me so you don't miss a video. It helps me out. It really does. I can't thank you all enough. I can't thank every single one of my subscribers enough. Thank you for helping me and supporting the page. Dominate the day.